What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is going to be about the DLCs of HOI4. I'm going to tell you what the features are, and I'm going to tell you where I put it on a tier list. I don't have a tier list, but just imagine that I have one. So, to so we're going to start, and this is going to be all the major DLCs. So yeah, no like unit packs or music packs or whatever. Even I don't have those. But let's start with the first major expansion, Together for Victory. And to showcase it, I will use the United Kingdom. Let's begin. Okay, this is boring. Boring graphics. It's already here though. Why? I swear, it takes much. It's much fast. But okay, so the first thing is here. Manage subjects. We got all of it here. The, the first feature for Together for Victory is the puppet system, which for democratic, communist, and non-white nations goes from integrated puppet to equality to dominion to free to the non-ideology nations that are not Japan. It goes uh, Reichsprotectorate, Reichsprotectorate, Reichskommissariat, satellite, and then independent. But it takes more points. And then the final, and then Japan has this old special system that I think was introduced in like, the Tiger. It goes from the Imperial Associate, Imperial Protectorate, and then Free. I think, pretty sure. But anyways, if you're Australia and you want to go free, now they have their own independent focusing, which is unique. But to increase the active attaches, which I don't know use, if the overload is one reason to the subject, their autonomy will go down. If the subject is one reason to the overlord, their autonomy will go up. If the master builds on the autonomy's land, then they will go down. If the subject contributes a lot of war score, it will go up. And if the subject is exporting to the overlord, there will go up. And it will go up. And yeah, one leasing is also a feature where you can send like convoys, you can you can put monthly as an amount. You can put a percentage, like you want 100, like you can set like 10% of your monthly production to Australia, or once. You can just send them all at once. The best if you're the best tools, the best equipment to use for of waterways are convoys and trains. These are the best. They're equal. They're equal. Yeah, they're equal. And the other reason I chose Britain is because all of their subjects here, except British Malaya, they got a focus tree. Now, they're not good, but they're eh. Basically, they're pretty basic. Um, like Australia, for instance, is basically historical, where they stay with Britain. Then, independent democratic, where independent. What happened? And then brown ideology, and then communist ideology. So yeah, that's basically it. This is base. And then there's like industrial bridge, you know, industrial bridge, industrial bridge, like army bridge, right over, where's the army? Yes, army bridge, military bridge right here. And that's basically for all of them. Canada as well. It's basically like this. They got their industry tree is pretty beefy. Um, but yeah, that's like the only thing. There's also new concessions here. So yeah. Um. Okay. Now New Zealand has their own. and it can act and I if you have water resistance, one of the DLCs I'll talk about later, good formation with this focus, Mario Waters. But yeah, it's basically the same. And since it's New Zealand, it's burst black. South Africa is pretty interesting. Their commie bridge is pretty interesting. This is nice. British Raj is the worst of them all. Like I do, not, like you could probably get a better British Raj experience without Together for Victory because it's boring, especially since you get national spirits that cripple you heavily, and everybody has their own national spirits. Australia has the Great Depression. Canada also has the two, but the scripture crisis of natural crisis. New Zealand has none. South Africa has this thing, and history segregation. There's more nothing special because you know there's no focus sheet for it. But yeah, that's but basically new focus sheets for all the British subjects except British Malaya. When do we sing and puppet mechanics? On a tier list, for which one to buy, I would probably put it in C tier because when racing and puppets are decent, but like the focus trees are not good. So yeah. Next, the Death or the Solder. Death or the Solder doesn't add any new features that like change the entire game or something, but it does have focus trees for Yugoslavia. Now, Yugoslavia's the reason you so if you just buy Death or the Solder, your focus tree will look a bit different. Like if you don't get Battle for the Bosphorus. Yugoslavia and Romania's got their focus streets upgraded from Battle for the Bosporus. There was nothing major. Like the only thing added for Yugoslavia and Battle of the Bosporus is that you could divide yourself into like 100 nations. And I can barely notice what's different for Romania. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Hungary has the best focus tree. There's obviously all of this. Then there's a commie branch, which is lame. There's two bird paths to go down the brown ideology from here or here. I guess you could do this as one path and this as the other path. Then Democratic King right here. Lame. Don't do it. And then this is the best part. Reform Austria-Hungary, which yeah, is pretty good. Then Czechoslovakia. We have basic things here. They have a lot of focuses, and they have these like go left, go Democratic Mash, and go right. Yeah, and you can appease the Germans, deliver this to NATO, they become a German puppet, which is really boring. But considering, but this focus tree, I'd probably put it in D tier if you want to buy it because, I mean, the, there's no new mechanics that affect like the entire world or anything, and it's only like a couple nations that get mid focus trees. So yeah, kind of lame. Now let's go to the next DLC, Waking the Tiger, which is a step up. Now I'm gonna have to do this. And let's just take some of these guys, and you can assign him a general, which is which now has like new traits like these. Like you can there's like new generals like you can add them you can add traits. They have these skill poise, you can level them up, you can get like field marshals, and yeah, that's basically like the only thing that affects me. And China's focus tree, pretty good. I mean, this is boring. These two you're not gonna use, but this one is pretty good. This one can help you get rid of some of your buffs. And this is the part of the Chinese focus tree that itches with communist China, where at the end you can conquer stuff. You can conquer a bunch of stuff. And yeah, communist China's tree is yeah, this invite forward festers is the same thing, and it has this. Yeah, you can like get rid of your some of your bad spirits, then you can like take some of the land away. Then I would try to just then like get buffs to help your war with Japan, infiltrate nationalist areas, which I don't think people use. So yeah. Now all the warlords of China have the same focus tree. Xinjiang, Yushanma, Shaanxi, Yunnan, and Guangxi clique. They have all they just have the same focus tree where you can join where these two where this lets you power struggle with China. If you win you can annex them and change your focus tree to regular China. This part this one lets you change annex communist China and lets you change your uh focus tree to communist China. This is proclaimed rival government which change it to regular China. This and then Chukwo has their own focus tree. And this is the same with China and Communist China, so no need to worry about that. And this one, Omi, is where you can stay with Japan, but it's pretty decent actually. And this one, where you can go independent and claim that mandate of having becoming a Chinese empire. Uh, now Japan's focus tree. I'm pretty sure these two paths are there even if you don't have Waking the Tiger. But communist branches I mean, there's nothing much here. You just go through Civil War, beat Manchukuo, and then you can join the common China. And this one is actually pretty good. You can join Britain, or you can create your own faction, get Pacific Guardianesses, which is what you have British Malaya, Dutch East Indies, and Indochina. Then you can then you can get Wargo with Manchuria. Then you get a decision to give it back to China, and then they can get an alliance offer. But yeah, that's really it. But formable nations, yeah, I was gonna forget. Waking the Tiger adds a lot of formable nations to the game. Uh, that's pretty good. I mean, Nether decided as a Hungary through Hungary's focus tree, and there's an event where you can get the Franco-British Union without DLCs, but like these are actual formables. But how are we gonna do this? Oh yeah, let's go to Central America to see one. Tag El Salvador and annex your annex your Central American neighbors. You get a decision to reconstitute the Federal Republic and become United Central America, getting cores on these. It doesn't show it now, but you have cores. Yeah, of course. Uh, so yeah, pretty good DLC. BT, I think. No, maybe A tier, yeah. Uh, next DLC is Waking the Tiger, where no, not Waking the Tiger, Man the Guns. Where I'm gonna go back to Britain, and they got a new focus tree. You can form the Imperial Federation, which gives you a lot of cores. It's really nice, you become really beefy, and you are extremely strong. It takes a lot of time to get here, but it's pretty worth it. You get your old history branches, you got your communists, you got your black surgery, you got the King's Party. Now these two are really good. Communists you have to like decolonize and yeah, Mendigas adds a lot of like you know um you know Mendigas adds a lot of really symbols. So yeah, the the one reason these two are good is because this is really good. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Um. And USA, you get a rework focus tree where I think these stay, and this is here, but this one where you can go, we can ally with the civil shirts and reform DCSA, then like then like manifest your destiny all across the entire world. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Honestly, if I do say so myself. And they give new focus trees for the Netherlands and Mexico. In the Netherlands, you got your industrial tree, your army tree, pretty basic. Not to write home about. But this political tree is basically traded foods to the Germany and the United Kingdom. And when if you came to the Germans, you would join Germany, or you could stay independent. And you could take Belgium and Luxembourg, and this is pretty nice. Imperial ambitions, taking back French Flanders. This is actually pretty good. There's just then if you maintain trade neutrality, there's a communist spread. You can join commentary, join France, or be independent. But it's not the best. It's not the best. Most people do the origin movement where you get Wilhelmina in charge or modern history, New Dutch unity, Wilhelminism taking a civil war in Germany. Then if you came to the British, you could go with Britain and like Fort Ella, pretty nice. America was India. But you can also lead the minor democracies, form the Benelux, and form the EU. Get some more votes. And if you do this, you can get Belgium and Luxembourg for basically free. If you have 300 political power, you can get United Benelux, so you don't have to conquer them in Waking the Tiger. Yeah, Mexico also has their own, which is which is actually tells a lot about Mexican history. You can support General Corrido or arrest him. There's like communist one here and here. Like you can nationalize the oil fields, join these guys, and then this is okay. Then Legacy Revolution, where you could get Trotsky in charge. I don't know what happens if he goes back to the Soviet Union, but yeah, you can get him in charge. Then support. You can do this. Then this one is pretty fresh, even as Democratic. You can take over all of Latin America, integrate the Caribbean, integrate Central America, and beat the USA and redeem outside, taking all of these back. That's pretty nice. Then shipbuilder. Okay, it's okay. So just showcase this. I'm gonna choose a country that has a lot of naval doctors. So let's just say so. Very what is this research all? So so if you go to the naval tree, where's right here? It's your naval tree: battleships, carriers, submarines, destroyers, cruisers. Then you get your then you can then those are your base, and then you can customize it with these. So like transports. So like say I want to make a super cheap submarine. So like let me go early. So I could go here, create a submarine. I could add some torpedoes. I could add some tubes and stuff. If if this was a better submarine, like submarine 4, I could add more. Wait, why can I add more? But yeah, that's the ship designer. We'll probably make the same thing every time, which is the same with the ship designer and the aircraft designer. But this is actually, but the ship designer is pretty fun to mess around with. So, and I would rate it A tier. Next is La Resistance. There's spies. where where there's spies in the game. So if I do agency dot auto complete to showcase it to you, um, so yeah, you get there and you can do all these stuff like all these branch upgrades, and you can cryptology, and if you decrypt that country, you can get buffs against them. Then then you can send out missions to root out resistance and stuff. Then then there's resistance and compliance. Resistance, if you have high resistance, there'll be less willing to work with you. You'll get bad neighbors that will increase the resistance, and you'll get a rebellion at 90%. Then compliance is how much they want to work with you. You get special bumps along the way, and then 80. And if you're not a democratic nation at 80% compliance, you can get uh, you can get a collaboration government. And the conscription laws, no garrison means, and if why why the freeze? Okay, but garrison requirements, yeah, like every ideology has their own word. Democracy is a local autonomy, which is really good. And the round ideology has harsh quotas, which is takes a lot of garrison. Communism has liberated workers online, yeah, and there's special ones based on the country and the focusing. But yeah, if no garrisons means you don't have to put any garrisons means like how much manpower and equipment you have to do it. The best garrison, the best, the best garrison template is literally this. This is the best garrison template, and and sometimes the best garrison template is to me is probably local police force, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, there's also and you can use your spies to create a collaboration government, which is really good. It makes it so that you have to conquer less territory to capitulate them, and then you get compliance when you do capitulate them. Now with the focus trees, France has a pretty big one. You got your industry, your army, and your navy, like right here. The air is right here. It's pretty small. And then you can form Popular Front, revive the national bloc. Go communist here. Anti-fascist, yeah, pretty basic here. And then you renew foreign policy. You can form the Little Entente here, or join Britain, or stress the front. Yeah, and you can go brown ideology, form a Latin Entente. Um, invite Italy, Portugal, Spain, Congress of Paris, redraw the borders of Africa, and then take over stuff. Then this one, you join Germany, you split Belgium, grow the empire, blah blah blah. Then you can fight the British, and you can dominate the Middle East. And there's a monarchy path, Orleanist restoration. Pretty late. There's nothing here. Only good thing is war goes against Germany, Italy. But by the time you get here, they're probably at your doorstep. The Bourbon tree is right here, where you can unite the crowns of Spain, where you can get Franco Spain. Then Napoleon is right here, the best part. You get increased compliance, this unite Germany, yeah, which means you can like get smaller German states. Spain. First, okay, so Greece, Spain leads to siding with the nationalists. A popular front leads with you to side with the Republicans. The historical path is right here, where you can get Franco. You can fuse the Carlists and the Flagists into a single party. But after that, it's just mostly industry. But hey, you can join the Axis or the Allied, and you can technically restore the monarchy. But if you want to restore the monarchy, that's the Carlist path, where you can get the most OP national spirit, crusade against democracy, then restore the empire, claim the French throne. Which, if they got Bourbon, they will. You get a like. You don't get an annex offer. You get a like. They get a President Toronto claims you take the Spanish Netherlands or the Iberian Union, which is a 100% guaranteed chance to happen if you Portugal's your pup. And the Flagus path, when you destroy the Carlists, uh, then you create an empire, claim the Aragonese, take Italy, Brazil, Portugal, France, reassert American dominance, and a bunch more. And retake the Americas. What the hell is happening in this? Then we maintain the Second Republic, this democracy. You can oppose the communists and join Britain or the Allies. So yeah, communist tree here. You can expend Soviet aid, which you can do as this, which will make you a Soviet puppet if you do it, and you can increase autonomy and warp independence and take some stuff. But that's a Stalinist doctrine. This path, kind of lame, and this one is the anarchist path, pretty fun. You get Portugal, Iberia. You can take over the world, and if you have enough compliance, you can core them. Which I don't know why that isn't a feature for every country. Portugal. Oh my god. You got your monarchist. You got these two paths. Basically, you side with the republic is, and then you side with the nationalists. You get be neutral and then join the allies. That's lame, bro. That's so lame. This one is a communist path. You can form Iberia, which is better. You can not do that. Then you can join the nationalists. Iberian Soviet. You can destroy them. Then you can be a lone communist threat. Then you can join the Axis or create a fifth empire, which is really good. Then a royal wedding where you take over Brazil and have them as your core. Some coins, get some communists. Then you can remember Olivenka or join them or get war goals against every fascist major. Oh boy. That was a lot to get through. But basically spies, resistance, compliance, improve focus sheet for Portugal. I mean France, and then focus sheets for Portugal and Spain. S tier, S tier. Would definitely recommend. I if you probably want to get this as your first DLC. It's pretty nice. Battle for the Prosperous includes you improves Yugoslavia and Romania streets, which I talked about, but it's nothing too major. There's no folk, and it's a small country pack, which doesn't change a mechanic for every country. So yeah, Bulgaria is the first one. You can go communist or monarchist. You can join pop. You can join the Soviets, and you can like join the Soviets, join the Allies. But you have another option: unite the Balkans, which will get you cores on all of them. Yeah. Then this one here can do the historical path. The Bulgarian Empire right here. Then you can like plot against Moors, because if you want Moors, nothing happens. Literally nothing. The war economy serves by requirement, but that's it. But if you get a plot against him, you get return of Tsar Ferdinand the First, met old grudges because he was a Tsar during World War One, from the Regency Council, and then you can do all of this. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I'm thirsty. That's a lot. Greece, pretty simple. Got your industry tree, you got your army tree, and then here, right here. If you don't arrest it, place the king under house arrest, you can get Metaxas in charge, recruit, you know. Then modern movement, which you could get Metaxas. You could get Metaxas or Macrosis. Metaxas can form Greater Greece, and Macrosis can form Macedonia. And you can do some stuff here. So yeah. Then you can use the military if you use the right to rule. You can join the Central Powers or Chief Enosis, take over Bulgaria. And if you do this focus, I know not this focus, you can form Macedonia if you have the king in charge. Oh boy, Turkey forms another turn. Basically, got your fascist part or communist part. You can then if you can form elections, if you get a certain guy in charge, and I forgot his name. It's like Adnan Menderes, yeah. It's like if you get him in charge, uh, this focus will change to Persian officers. You can get the Ottomans in power, which is pretty nice. Then these are these. Well, you can create a Balkan pact. You can join the Allies, Mediterranean with Italy, join the Axis, the anti-Bolshevik Mediterranean bloc, or join the Comintern, which leads to here where you can form Turan in this focus. You can form Turan with this focus, and you can subdue the Magyars, Centriculaри, crowding yourself with Finnish, which is pretty good. Turan is pretty strong when you get all those cores. But and basically, you get all those cores from beating the Soviet Union. This focus tree, I would say, B tier. The focus trees are really good. In fact, I forgot to mention, but you can form Byzantium. Um, if right here. Um, yeah, it's really good. I like the focus trees are really good, but since it doesn't have things that affect every country, B tier. By the way, Soviet Union. Um, got a new focus tree. Left opposition, right opposition, permanent revolution, reform. Then you can internationally autonomous Soviet republics, victory over, or strengthen the trade unions and create the Supreme Soviet. Then there's historical path, which is historical, where you get Stalin, keeps on charge. Comintern, where you take over stuff, Baltics, Poland, Bessarabia, Bait, Democrats. You can side with Japan to be in the U.S. or destroy them and support China. Then this one, beaten but not defeated, where you can get your path to go all the way to get the Tsar back in charge. This one will get it back. This one, you can immediately destroy, but then there's a lot of stuff here. Beat Japan, join Germany, go to Central Asia, to the Americas, beat Mongolia, which is that and Rona reconstruction, and then in the Ronas could church can desecrate the third Rome. Fascinating. And the Romanovs can take over some stuff, Pan-Slavic nationalism, Slavic commitments, the fate of Romania. Very fascinating in regards. It's really good. And Poland, uh, you got their historical path here, where you can stand nation left, stand nation right, or the castle, where you can, do some stuff depending on what you do. We got your point east and west to fight against the Soviets and the Germans. Then you can climb on a Danzig or create a new port and for your point. So yeah, it's pretty beefy. This is pretty big. This one you can create your peasant strike, which is pretty important. If you're not doing that focus, do this one, rush to this one focus so you don't get a civil war. Then you can go democratic or communist. Then if you're communist, you can stay independent from the Soviets or join the Soviets. And you can do some stuff. Then there's you know, you can join the Germans and then eventually declare independence, or you can support global phalangism and invite a lot of countries. And then this one, monarchist pact, the best one. Habsburg, you can get Czechoslovakia and join with Hungary. This one, you can join with Romania, take over Slovakia, get Hungary as a puppet. This one, you can reform the Commonwealth and become extremely humongous. Then this one, where then this one, you can join the Germans and then, or not to complete the Bertomian mission, which you can get Don and Cuban. You can get the Don and Cuban uh, countries as the Cossack king. It's really good. Lithuania is about to get lit in here. Whoa. Now all the Baltics share the same communist pact, join the Soviets, enter opposition. Then you can join with Belarus, create a Baltic SSR or Baltic Reds, or do this, create a revolution. And this one where you can, fascist, proclaim greater Lithuania, take a bunch of stuff. This is really good. Or you can do democratic right here, which is the same for um, other Baltic states. Then you can get a king and restore the Commonwealth again. Wow, crazy. Watch me. This is the same for all the, and same for the industry tree. It's just the same. Join with the, you get invested from the Axis or the Ally, modernize your industry stuff. Then you can get a martial prime minister, formalize a Balkan on tie, or you can empower a paramilitaries and banish this guy. Just do the same thing, or Latvia for Latvians, join the Serbs. You can or not. Then you can stay paganism, the wrath of the old gods, avenge the ancestors, the lightning strikes. Then you can reform, then you can create Ostland. Not the Reichskommissariat one, but you got the same thing. This one's the same. This one can become democratic, squash the opposition or something. And this one where you can either where you can empower Finnish voters. Then this one lets you create Nordic Union. This one lets you create Fidel Urgil, Empire Fidel Urgil. Then for the now those focus trees are really good, but the thing that really changes everything is supply. You create supply is reworked, and you can have to connect the railways to get supply, and that's a pain when fighting in South America or China. Then you can get your naval bases as well. But yeah, basically supply is too in depth to go into for now, but it's pretty big. Trust me. So I would give that an S tier as well. In a tier list scale. Then by blood alone, Italy. Ah, finally. Industry tree, arbitrary, and political prayers. It depends on how well you do in Ethiopia. If you do this one, you go democratic and communist. So the Soviet Union or not, you get Grabsky, which is pretty good. And this one where you basically go where you control the loose and form Greater Italy, or Mare Nostrum in Rome. Convene the Great Council in Talobalbo, Dino Grandi, or get the king in power, or not Christian democracy. And if you do these focuses, if you get enough balance of power, which is a feature where you can shift it based on decisions, you can get the Pope in charge, and he'll be focused here. Then this one is foreign affairs. You can take Albania, guarantee Austria, stretch the front, join Germany or Italy first. Yeah, it's like the same as the old. It's basically mostly the same as the old Italian focus tree, but more stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I forgot to say something, but uh, I forgot to say it. But note that that has a tank designer where you can add some, where you can add stuff and you can change it. But yeah, it's the same as a ship designer. And oh yeah, back to bimodal, but it's still S tier. Back to bimodal. Bimodal also as a plane designer. So if you go to your research, where's oh, sorry. You get airframes, and these can, and if you get these, they can change, change. They can change the if they're fighters, cast naval bombers, or Then Switzerland also goes to focus tree. It's you have to there's a fascist part. You can stay alone or join Germany, create the Alpine Union, which you can also do here by joining France, join Secret Pact with the Allies. Then everybody does this pass, Switzerland on the offensive, first for Remeber, then you can do this. Then you can do preempt Anschluss, Alpine Protectorate, and yeah. Basically, most of these paths go down to Alpine Protectorate. There's one here, um, and one here. So yeah, basically going down to Alpine Protectorate. But yeah, it's pretty good, but it's pretty annoying because you have to get your balance of power certain away. Ethiopia, you got your communist path here, You can basically go anarchist and communist, and then you can create an African Union and integrate all of Africa. But that's a lot of political power, trust me. Um, and you can reach out to the Italians, and then you can join with them, take some stuff, or you can like break away from them and take some consolidate East Africa. This one you can ride around the emperor, you can board the train, the emperor stays. Then if he stays, he can become God. He gets super OP buffs. Then you can get a bunch, and then you can get John, take some stuff from the Caribbean, what to Air Solomon, take back Jerusalem. This one to get like Africa together. This one is pretty good. It's for you. This is like take these early. This is industry tree, army tree, military tree, and Ethiopia and Switzerland have unique conscription laws that you have to change due to the focus tree. Now, Ethiopia has a lot of minors in it, like this one and this one and this one, but they all have the same focus tree. They have their military, their base. It's pretty basic. Like they have their military, army tree, and you can be a subject. If you're a subject and do that, then this one is pretty lame. You can join allies, but this one you can take over Ethiopia and take and form the Horn of Africa. I would put this here in A tier. It's really the functions are really good, but the plane design is pretty lackluster. Switzerland can be annoying with its focus tree. So that's every major folk you see in Hearts of Iron 4, everybody. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Also, remember to subscribe, and I'll just subscribe. I will learn Finnish.